and welcome to the Sweet Treats edition of Crafty Science. Today we're going to be making some sweet treats based on principles of science. I'm going to show you the science behind some candy making.
Did you know that candy making is a science?
First, we're going to start by making rock candy. It's basically crystallized sugar that forms on a stick. They're really delicious, fun to make, and fun to eat. We're also going to make gummy candy.
To make your rock candy, you'll need 3 narrow jars, 3 skewers, food coloring, sugar, and water. With the help of an adult, bring 1 cup of water to a boil. Add 1/4 cup of the sugar and stir. Keep adding all of the sugar until it dissolves. Once the water is clear, let it cool for 20 minutes. Dip part of the skewer into the cooled solution. Then roll it around in sugar. This will help jumpstart the crystal growth. Carefully pour the sugar solution into a jar almost to the top. I'm using 3 jars for 3 different colors. We're going to be making blue, red, and green rock candy. Next, carefully submerge the skewers into each jar, making sure that the skewers do not touch the sides or the bottoms of the jars. You can do this by affixing clips or pins to the skewers. Allow the jars to fully cool and put them in a place where they will not be disturbed. The sugar crystals will form over the next 5 to 7 days. To review, this is what you need to make your rock candy. These are the directions on how to create rock candy. To make rock candy, you're creating a supersaturated solution. This means that the water must be very hot to dissolve all of the sugar that's in it. As the solution cools, the sugar comes out of the solution back into the sugar crystals on the skewer. Let's see how our experiment is going.
This is day 3 of my rock candy experiment. You could see the green is doing really well. The red has very, very little. And the blue is like a medium amount. It's kind of dark. So this is day 5 of our rock candy experiment. You can see that the green has quite a bit of sugar crystallizing. The red has a really tiny, small amount. And the blue, you can't really see it. I'm going to shine a light on it. You can see that the blue has some sugar crystallizing on the stick. So we waited 7 days and we're finally ready to remove the sticks and see how our rock candy formed. If you remember, when we heated the sugar and water, we made a supersaturated solution. Once the solution cooled, it formed crystallized sugar on the skewers. So we're going to start with our green rock candy. Sometimes a layer of sugar forms on the top of the jar, and you have to poke holes through it to get the skewer out. But this one was pretty easy to remove. So you can see it's really pretty. Looks like little crystals, but it's candy that you can eat. Well, that one's beautiful, and it seems to have formed the most crystals on the skewer. Sounds really pretty. We're going to start making our gummy candy. We have 1 cup of juice. We're also going to use 2.5 tablespoons of gelatin powder. That's what gives the gummy candy its gummy consistency. Finally, we're going to use 2 tablespoons of honey. You can also use 2 tablespoons of sugar if you don't have honey. And you can also add more honey or sugar if you like your gummy candy to be sweeter. To make our gummy candy, we're also going to use a mold. This is a plastic tray with different shapes in it. Once we make our gummy candy solution, we're going to put it in the mold using a liquid dropper and a spoon. And then our gummy candy will form into the shapes. Okay. We're going to start our gummy candy by heating up all of our ingredients in a small saucepan. So we're starting with 1 cup of juice. Next, we're going to add 2.5 tablespoons of gelatin powder to the juice. And lastly, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. Always make sure that you have an adult helping whenever you're doing any of these science experiments. We're going to heat all 3 of the ingredients for about 1 minute until everything dissolves together. The gelatin is what's going to give the gummy candy its gummy consistency. Once everything is dissolved, we're going to spoon this mixture into the mold and refrigerate it for about 2 hours. Then we're going to have our very own homemade gummy candy. Looks like our solution's ready. Everything's dissolved together. So you can use a spoon to put the mixture into the mold. I'm using a dropper and a spoon. So we have some little tiny shapes here. So we're going to use the dropper for the tiny shapes and a spoon for the larger shapes. So Alex is filling all of the molds with our mixture. The mixture is gelatin powder, fruit juice, and honey. It smells really good, so I'm sure our gummy treats are going to be delicious once they come out of the refrigerator. Now we're going to put this in the refrigerator for about 2 hours, and our gummy candy should be ready. To review, this is what you need to make gummy candy. And these are the directions on how to create gummy candy. Gummy candy starts out in liquid form with a mixture of gelatin powder, juice, and honey. As the mixture is heated, the molecules in the gelatin start to come together. And as the mixture cools, the gummy candy eventually takes a solid form. And now the final step in our candy making. We can either enjoy our treats or wrap them up as gifts.
I have clear cellophane gift bags. I'm going to put the rock candy lollipops in them. So I have the blue and the green rock candy lollipops. And I'm going to tie the bottom. So we wrapped up our blue and green rock candy lollipop. You can also take our gummy candy. We have some really cute shapes here. We have a ladybug. We have a gummy bear. We have a dinosaur. We have a little orange slice. And then we have one that looks like a little berry. So we can fill our gift bag with the gummy candy. So I filled the gift bag with our gummy candy and put a little decoration on it. You can give that as a gift. Well, thanks for joining me for Crafty Science. See you next time. If you'd like some more information on the science topics discussed in this program, here are some sources that you can find on the library's research database.